this is Sabina at Cross Keys Crafts. It's December the 24th, Christmas Eve, or it will be when I upload this video, because I have to pre-record it on the 23rd because I won't have time on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. So if you haven't watched the beginning of the series, I have made my own craft calendar. I have put dies I have never used or only used once into this box, and I picked one every single day to set myself the challenge to use these dies at last. This one for today is a die I only bought recently because I went to Printable Heaven on their website, and it's really tempting. They've got really good price points. So I saw this little die. Again, like with other dies I bought from them, not realising how tiny it actually is. I read the description, but in my head it still was bigger than it actually is. But I thought today I'd do something that I haven't done before, which is make a gift tag or a tag. And yeah, because I think this will be the perfect size for this. I think this is really dainty. I haven't, as I say, it's still in the packaging. I haven't used it yet. I'm not quite sure how it cuts out. So I will do this. And yeah, I'll create a gift tag. If there's anything I need to show you in my process, I will stop my process and put the camera on. If not, I'll show you my result and talk you through of how I created my tag. See you later. Okay, a few tips on the way. First of all, I purchased, when I first started die cutting, I purchased this Sizzix roller and cushion, and it's super duper for intricate dies, so it saves you from poking all the individual holes out. You just go over this and get rid of all the bits. Always make sure at the back that the bits haven't just folded back and come out again when you glue it down. So make sure you've got all the holes out before you start gluing, otherwise it'll be so difficult to remedy that. So it is good, worth purchasing this if you do a lot of intricate die cutting. I will link to that below. I normally don't advertise too many products, but I think this is really good for that. The second thing I need to mention, my cardstock here, as you can see, it's got different colours, is actually from packaging. I think this was a cake box. I remember getting this from my craft group when we were sitting there and I was taking packaging apart, and I want to actually do a series in the new year about how to use packaging for your crafts. So this is what I used. That was a different part and a different colour, but I decided to use this one, and yeah, I just worked out which way around. But again, it was a really small scrap, but it worked perfectly for this purpose. So why I stopped my process and wanted to actually show you whilst I'm doing it is this. I die cut this, by the way, just with a rectangle die, and I doubled it up because my cardstock's not very thick, so this is really sturdy now, and I used my Collall glue, which makes it even sturdier. But I want to punch a hole in here now for the tag, and what I always do is I mark the middle about here, and I will actually do a little line this time because I'm not quite sure how low it comes. And I always take the bottom of my hole punch off. It's a bit difficult for you to see. This is actually not my hole punch. I can't find mine. This is my fiancé one's. So because when I align it now, I can see, yeah, where this comes out, and I then know, yeah, I don't know if you can see that there. I know I'm in the middle, otherwise it's really difficult to figure out. I could actually press it down a bit more, and there we go, and I've got my hole in the middle, and then I can just erase the little line I have there. So all that's left for me to do now is to stick this on. I will use my two-way Zig glue. Probably this pen is actually, this is a bit finer. What I do is I just dab all over the back and all the little bits. I will put some scrap paper underneath, and then I can stick this down, and I will add some ribbon on the top, and that's all I'm going to do. So I'll show you the finished product in a few minutes. Okay, so here's my first ever tag I created. and I'm really pleased with this. So as I said, I just glued this down with my Zig glue. By the way, if you've got any residue of the Zig glue, you can use a glue eraser, especially if you've got like a bit of shiny cardstock like I have. Or if it stays tacky, you can take your embossing buddy, you know, the powder that you use for anti-static. That will take the stickiness off as well. Especially with these fine dies, you might have something oozing out on the side. And then at the top, I just added some lace. I looked through my stash. I don't really have many pastel colours in my supplies, but what I did find was this. And oh my God, is this perfect or what? These ribbons were given to me recently. These raffia were given to my local craft group recently, and nobody wanted them. So I thought, I'll have them. I'll use them. Not really knowing whether I would, but oh my God, aren't these the perfect colours for this? So this is really nice. So this will also work with the other piece of the packaging because it's got orange in it. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this. It'd probably end up on a present somewhere because it's got plenty of space on the back to write on. But yeah, I think this is really cute and a good use for the die that I thought would be much bigger. If you like this video, you might want to give me a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of my videos, you might want to subscribe to my channel. I'd be very happy about that. And I see you tomorrow for my last video in this series because it'll be Christmas Day. So I see you tomorrow.